talking about, but they're not talking about what they're actually out there doing to everybody. Okay? And who's gonna be in the worst position? You ain't noticed that you got all these extra bills and extra charges and all this stuff? How you can kind of hustle the system before, you can't do that now. Now they're starting to double check on that, and they put you into certain situations where you owe them. What does that have to do? To make you have to get into their system. And now, what do you say, once you get into the pocket of a gangster, or bankster as they call him, now he owns you. This is what they're trying to get you into.
Debt.
Into debt. It's just debt.
Yeah.
Right? It says, I'll read it again, verse 10. It said, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Iron, we should know that rust is always going to show up with iron. Just through time, it's going to show up.
Yeah, the majority of our people don't know who their enemy is. Mm-hmm. They may say, the white man, but you got to know your enemy to.
Yeah, it's easy to put a face to him, but you can't tell me his actions.
You can't tell you what he's doing.
Right.
What he's doing, like if you understand what he's doing, it'll put on your spirit that you need to separate from.
Yeah.
Right.
Go ahead,
and how?
But we have to break this down, because when we always tell Jake your enemy, we start to name, okay, they're doing this, they're destroying the earth, they're doing, we name everything that this devil's doing, and we say, who else is doing it?
Yeah.
Who else has the resources that's in control that can do these things, that can pass these legislations, that can put GMO this and GMO that, who's pushing this, who has the power to stop them from pushing LGBTQ agendas to kids? Yep. These Edomites, that's in control. That's enabling it.
That's Job 9 and 20.
Right.
Now, who is
wicked?
If not,
so your enemy is easy to identify if you niggas can just critically think for a second.
They need to repent.
Yeah.
Yep.
If they repent, that's going to be hurting your enemy.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, if you repent to Yahweh Shemal Shai, and follow his ways, that's hurting. That's hurting Esau. That's really fucking Esau up, man. He's really hurt by that. That Israelites repent. That's what you can do. All right, that's the only thing you can do.
That's right. It says, verse 11, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass.
And that's one of the main traits of Esau. He's always done is humbled himself and act like, I'm in this fight with you. When we on this, it's a level playing field. Same thing way he humbled himself to Isaac. When you have this blessing for me. When it said in the previous chapter, he despised the birthright. So that's Esau's way to try to Yaquah. Let me humble myself and please help me. This is for your country. You're like they try to do with the jab. You're not doing it just for you. You're doing it for your fellow your family or whatever. That's the devil. That's one of his main traits.
All of this together.
Scriptures.
Yeah.
He was even trying to use scriptures to get people.
Mm-hmm.
We're all in this together.
Yeah.
So this motherfucker, the officials that know better, you don't need that in here. You don't need that in here.
Oh yeah, he told you, hot mic.
How come hot mic was on? How do you know, what did he say also? The governor out having lunch with the major tight lockdowns on the city, but he's out in public with no mask on, sitting around a bunch of people. Indoors or wherever the fuck he was at. Come on now.
Though he humbled himself.
Reading it right now. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass. Now that you understand it, yes, like it was a mirror. Now that you know what he's up to, and you can see his actions, forget what his face looked like. Look at his actions. Now you can see who he really is. He's really that devil. Because every time you bring up, who's the devil, the so-called white man, it's easy to say that. But there's good white people. Yeah, some of them is Jakes. Some of them ain't on that. Some of them not Edomites, I should just say. But those that are in the know, those are the ones that's truly out for you, that have the power to change for good or bad.
The best example you can use for Jake is to look at these liberals.
Yeah.
Democratic liberal Edomites. Jake be thinking them motherfuckers is straight down with this.
Yeah,
bro.
Until you really truly know their intents as to why, you know, they'll act like they're buddy with you in their 4-year calls. They not walking side by side with you unless you're a straight
That's it.
degenerate, liberal, you satanic. That's when they'll fuck with you.
And they push those actions in our people
Yeah.
as if they're freedoms or that you can be this way.
Yeah.
When we need a conservative view on the way we act.
We need you to help. We need you to back us while we back you on to help depopulate the population. All right. We need you to march with us so that we can get rights to sacrifice our babies to Molech. You know.
we in the same. They act like we in the same. You guys in the same fight as us as when you were in civil rights. It's the same thing. You know, we suffer the same injustices. That's what they try to dupe you niggas into and give you two stripes on their on their flag, a brown one and a black one.
That's why Dave Chappelle made. That's why he said it. When you go back and look at my closer, it's geniusly written because it's exposing what it's truly about. How could he say it's not that I'm upset with you, or I'm an ally, but I just am jealous at how your movement's going. We be at this shit, you know, for over 60 since 1865, really. Over 140, 50, 60 years now. What is that? 60? 160 years. We've been at this and we can't get nowhere. But you motherfuckers is making great progress.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
You know?
Not Jake. Jake's you still where you at.
Still where you at. Worse. Okay, and then the other thing I was gonna bring up was talk about them liberals. The liberal ran cities are the worst cities in America. I think in the world, but in America particularly.
Isaiah 32 said the liberals should devise liberal things.
Mm-hmm. And what does liberal mean? It means giving you freedom or license to have to do what thou wilt. Pretty much.
Epicurean mindset.
Yeah, to follow your pleasures, and that's the avenues they allow you to go down.
Well, we say California, New York, Chicago. I mean Illinois.
Yep.
It's fucking worse, man.
Yep.
And what we always say, that's the highest fucking crime rate.
DC, Detroit.
That's where Jake is doing all the smashing and grabbing and looting.
Yep.
It's just it's fucking the purge in some of these cities, man. No, it's just total chaos, anarchy. You know, and that's how they want it.
That's what they want.
All right. And this is what Lyndon B. Johnson said years ago. He said, "These Negroes, they're getting pretty uppity these days, and that's a problem for us since they've got something now that they've never had before. The political pull to back up their uppityness. Now we've got to do something about this. We've got to give them a little something, just enough to quiet them down, not enough to make a difference."
Proud.
That's a devil, bro.
Proud. Both.
What was
Then he says, "I'll have these niggas voting Democratic for the next 20 years."
That's the one. Yeah.
Because I want to say
Obama.
I want to say like in the 1940s.
With that one.
When in the 1940s, that's when I don't know the complete story, but that's when Jake became, because Jake used to be Republicans.
Yeah, they were.
And then, you know, I forgot how the story
Jake
goes.
was doing well.
Yeah.
They was definitely voting Republican.
Yeah, because Republicans, they believe in like capitalism, right? Something like capitalism.
But these devils, you know, even though both sides is wicked, we're not saying one side is better than the other. Both of them on the same page, but you know, that liberal side, that Democratic side, really, you know, fucks you Jakes up, man. Get your mind and put these demons of, you know, this wicked shit on your mind, man.
They're the one that's pushing the whole liberal. They're pushing that whole liberal shit. You know.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
They're the ones that's trying to, you know, make you, and they calling it progressivism. They're saying that it's progressive. You know.
It's really not, because how you gonna push LGBT? That's not productive.
Right.
You're not being fruitful and multiply. You're not trying to.
You're not progress. You're not progress.
You're not trying to populate the earth by having babies. You know, that's not progressive at all.
I was still
Going back to that in Sirach 12. Never trust what he coming with. No matter how he tries to make it, you know, appeal to you, you can't trust this devil, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right? You can't trust nothing he's coming with. can't fall for it, but Jake fall for it every time.
Every time.
You see what they doing right now in politics. Trump, he went on a tangent. He was like, hey, don't you know that these previous presidents, their generations back were slave owners?
Yeah, kind.
Except mine. He was really putting that out there like, so, hey, y'all niggas, I know y'all was mad at me last time, but hey, these is facts. So when I run again, hey.
Remember.
Hey, them niggas, hey, you still don't trust him. No. Trump is Edomite.
Okay.
He's all down with the agenda as well.
Hey, but what was it? Biden last election, he said, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black.
Yeah, bro. If you having a hard time figuring out if you vote for me or Trump, you ain't black.
The niggas was like, damn.
That hurt niggas, man. That hurt niggas, man. Really was thinking like, yeah, he called me out. And they fell for that shit, bro. Damn. Not that it mattered, because niggas gonna get in regardless.
Like when is people gonna realize that these people, these political puppets, have no power, man? They're not the ones who are moving things.
Okay.
They're just there to give the illusion of choice. You know?
The choice is already made for you.
These people have no power, man. Trump has no power, believe it or not. He doesn't do what he wants.
Okay.
There's people behind him telling him what to do. You know, we know who that is. That's Amalek.
Yep.
They infiltrated every government in this planet, man. And they're the ones running everything behind the scenes. From their appointees and cabinets, they answer to the bankers, man.
Okay.
That's who's running this thing. You know, so whether you vote Democrat or Republican, ain't shit gonna change for us. You know? Ain't nothing gonna change. It's the same thing that's been happening forever, man. It's only gonna worsen.
Okay.
You know? Man, they're getting ready to dupe our people again, dupe them, you know, into voting.
Yeah. They're gonna throw all the good things that Jake wanna hear.
Yeah.
Reparations, tax break, credits on your taxes, you know,
Student loan
forgiveness, shit, all that shit, everything to get Jake, you know, okay, you know, what's this about? Vote no, vote yes on this, and all these propositions and shit, just to get you niggas to pull you niggas right back in.
Yeah.
You know, but this time when they pull you in with this digital technocracy they doing, ain't no escape. Once you take it, that's it. You made your alliance. You made the deal with Satan.
Okay.
You know. That's Jake. Because the brother's going to read Revelations 14, and that's the judgment for taking the MOTV. And all these Israelite groups out here, you know, pussyfooting around. It could be this, it could be that. When you hear about what this judgment is, you better be sure.
Right.
Because you can't say, oh, we don't know if it's this. We don't know. Hey, what about this judgment? Because this judgment says, if you take this, you're going to be tormented with fire and brimstone from the holy angels and the Lamb. So that ain't no
Game,
that ain't no fucking that ain't no in between. Ain't no gray areas with that. It's either this is what it is or it's not, and we're telling you exactly what it is.
Okay.
You know, it ain't no if, ands, or buts. It ain't maybe it could be this. Nah, it's
it's not up for speculation.
Right, kind.
A prophecy of this caliber, this very serious. It's not up for speculation. It's not up for debate. None of that. You directly need to know exactly what it is.
At the end of the day,
Because it's life.
Literally.
It's literally everlasting life or second death.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is. You know?
And it's the spirit you said it that way, because that's what I was gonna say. Because you can't leave the chance, how serious this is. This is actually the biggest prophecy as far as what we gotta face on the earth.
Yeah.
Because as hard as Jacob's trouble and the hour of temptation will be, you gotta make a decision. Am I gonna take this thing or not? This thing's gonna be the answer to everything we need in the earth to survive in the flesh. But should I take it or not?
For a moment.
For the moment.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because they won't tell you what the judgment that we're about to read about that
Right.
comes right after you
Yeah.
take it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know? Let me finish reading this, then everybody can hit that. So I'm still in Sirach